Hey, what's up guys? So you want to host your website or your web app at home or maybe at your office? Well, in this video guys, I'm going to show it to you step by step, the whole process until we get my website online hosted here. Here are the list of the things that we need. Number one, you need to have internet connection. Number two, you need to have a full control of the Wi-Fi router your ISP, your internet service provider, gave to you. For me, I have full access. You need to know that one. If you do not have, you ring the phone of your internet service provider and get those access. Number three, you need to have a PC where you're going to install the web server that we are going to run your web app. Well, right now, you're watching this because you know how to make your own website. Maybe a website is running on your laptop right now, or you are doing some practice on your local area network, but you don't know how to put it online, hosting it yourself. The fourth one is optional. If you want your users, the people who are going to visit your website, dial in like google.com, facebook.com, or tarogipro.com, then you need to go and get a domain name. Well, it's around $10 in 1 year. So that's affordable. I think everybody can afford that one right now. Okay? But if you don't want to get a domain name, then just dial in the IP address of your internet connection and you can reach that website. Okay, so let's get started because I'm excited. Okay, I have my router there. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. It's a Huawei router. That's the router that is given by the internet service provider. And of course, we are going to use this PC. If you can see this one, it's a mini PC running Windows 10. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're running. Is it Linux or is it Windows? We can still do it. If I just want to use Windows 10 right now so that we can eliminate a lot of the steps, because if you're going to use Linux, you need to be a little bit more of an advanced user to go around the Linux system. So I'm going to use this mini PC. It's a Celeron dual core, 4GB of RAM, 120GB SSD. So that's good enough to run a web server in your house because you're going to run one website. That's good enough, man. Okay, and we're going to use, since I said we're going to use Windows, I don't know if you're using Linux. Good enough if you're going to use Linux, but I just want to go straight to how we are going to get this one live. The procedures are the same, so even if you are using Linux or Windows, it's basically the same. So I'm going to use a SAMP. I'm just going to install that one so that we're going to have a fresh start, okay? Okay guys, so we're able to install our Apache web server, so it's running right now. I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this that SAMP. I'm going to go to that. I've already copied our website to our htdocs. So this is the downloaded. This is the one we downloaded, the ANAP. Okay, and I copied this website into the htdocs. So I know that you already know that one. This is the files of that website, and we should be able to access this website locally. So we can access this one internally using our IP address. If you don't know your IP address, you should know that one by now, or you can access it using localhost. So we're connected via Wi-Fi. We should have an IP address here. Just right click in status, details, 192.168.1.10. So we close that, close, and we get to the browser 192.168.1.10. Okay, press enter, then we should be able to access the website. So this is the website I just downloaded. It's free, and just for the sake of this demo, at least you can see that it's running. Okay, now so it means to say that we have an active website, but this is not accessible outside of our network. And that's what we're going to do next. The next thing we need to do is access our router. But before we access our router, I just want us to make our internet or our IP static configuration. So let's go back to the Wi-Fi connection, change adapter settings, status. You can see it here. This is having an IP address of 192.168.1.10. And then the DNS server 192.168.1.1. The IP default gateway is 192.168.1.1. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go to properties, or let's do that one again. Right click properties. And then we're going to go for this Internet Protocol version 4. We're going to set that one as static, the one we just have seen, 192.168.1.10. And subnet mask, just click here, default gateway 192.168.1.1. And by the way, our default gateway is our router because that's our next step. And then DNS 192.168.1.1. Okay. We click OK. Okay. We close this. Minimize that. I'm just going to refresh this one to make sure that we are still active using 192.168.1.1. So it's loading up. And there you go. So it's running. The next thing we're going to do is access our router. The IP address of our router is 192.168.1.1. So this is my Wi-Fi router login. You need to know the account. If you don't know the account to log in here, you need to call up your internet service provider. They should be able to provide you that and have full configuration access with this Wi-Fi router. So I'm just going to put in my account here. Okay, we're in. Now the next thing we're going to do, guys, is look into the WAN information. Here in the WAN information, we should be able to see the public IP address we are using. This is the public IP address we are using. When we say public, this is reachable outside of your network. So if you're going to dial this IP address, you'll be able to access what I'm going to configure right now. The next thing you need to look for is something that says forward rules, or it says port forwarding. Okay? The naming convention, if we do not have the same Wi-Fi router, it might be different. So look around this application or the settings on your Wi-Fi router. Look for something that says port forwarding, forward rules, or port mapping. So I'm just going to click on port mapping. Here we do not have any configuration. I'm just going to go for new. Like what I've said, if we do not have a same Wi-Fi router, you need to see the similar settings I'm just going to do here, and it should work for you. So user defined, I'm just go for application. They have an existing kind of selection here. I'm just going to do web server HTTP because this is what we need. And if you try to see, there are a lot of things you can do here. You can do FTP server, IPsec, mail, okay? But our main focus right now is web server. I'll click that and I'll just put a name, web server. Okay, and one that is already set, internal host, would be the IP address of this computer who is running the web server. So 192.168.1.10, that is the IP address of this dude. External source, we can leave it as empty. For other Wi-Fi router, you need to set this at any. The option should be any. Protocol TCP, external port number, that's okay. Okay, I'll just apply this and wait for it. Okay, there you go. I just want to click again here, visit this, and you try to see it automatically detected this PC. This is the PC name, or yeah, the computer name of this computer we're using. Now we're basically done here. Let's go back to our template here. You try to see 192.168.1.10. That is the private IP address this computer is using, wherein it means to say that it is only accessible here on my local network. I'll just go back to my status and go for WAN information, then look for that IP address, my public IP address. Copy this. I'll just go to my, I'll just open another tab here. I'll just paste that and I will access the same website. Okay, basically, this is already accessible outside of my network. So what's happening here is my computer is going outside the internet, coming back, accessing what I'm hosting. So one thing we can do so that we can make sure that it's working, I'll grab my phone here, guys. I'll grab my phone here And I'll just go for, I'll just change my connection. I'll change my connection, make this one brighter. Yeah, so that you can see. You go bright. And then I'll just change my connection. This means to say that I'm going from a different network because I'm using mobile data. I'm just going to access that website if I can. And let's put in the that IP address. That would be 49.146.246.108. Okay, go. Let's see. We should have that website. There you go. Is that similar? That is similar, guys. Okay, take note, guys. I'm using an IP address. Here's the next part here, guys. If you don't want your users to be using an IP address, you need to get a domain name, wherein I have one already ready. So I'm just going to put this down. And I have an existing domain name, Torogi Pro. So what we're going to do is log into where I bought my domain name. Don't worry about domain name, guys. They are basically like $10 in 1 year. So like $1 per month. I'm just going to go for Fast Commit. Fast Commit is okay. It's good. I've been using this one ever since I started doing some website things. So I'll just go ahead and do client login. If you are using a different registrant provider like Fast Commit, it's basically the same. Something that is similar to what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go for my products here. I just have one product. This was way back 2 years ago. I just go here, view details. So I'm just going to go to cPanel, my cPanel. And what I'm going to find here, cPanels are almost the same, guys. So I have a torogipro.com here already. And if you try to open this one, torogipro.com, basically there's nothing here. Proceed. See, there's nothing. I've been using this one sometime when was 2018. I have an existing Torogi Pro files here. I don't want to mess up with my torogipro.com. So I'll make an alias that is connected to my torogipro.com. So going back to my cPanel, I'll just go to aliases. Then I'll create tuts, T-U-T-S, .torogipro.com. So I'll add that one, create. Add domain. There you go. We're able to add tuts.torogipro.com. Okay, let's go back to my cPanel here and then go to zone editor. Something same with the naming convention because I don't know if it's the same, but if you are using cPanel, I bet that's the same. Zone editor. And then you can see that tuts.torogipro.com is here. So I'm just going to add a record, this one, a record. And I'm going to put in tuts.torogipro.com, tuts.torogipro.com. tuts.torogipro.com, and then I'm just going to put in the IP address. Where is our IP address? Not that IP address. This IP address, our public IP address. Copy. I'll paste it here. And then, oops, what did you do? I'll paste it first, kinda edit this. Okay, I'll add an A record. Okay, now if you have hard time doing this one, you can just go ahead and shoot a ticket support registrant you bought a domain. Okay, so so that you'll not be messing around with the settings. So I'll just go back here. You can see that I'm going to open this another tab and type in tuts. The Torogi Pro to torogipro.com. I'll press go. Show me something. Come on, please, please. Show me the way. There you go. So we have toots.torogipro.com. We are hosting this one on this PC. All right? I'll just grab my phone again. I want to show it to you guys so that go to Google. I'll just type in torogipro.com. Okay, there you have it. Same. All right? So that's how you host your own website. I'm just going to give you a quick recap on what we did. Number one, you need to have an internet connection. Number two, you need to have full control with the internet router you have, the Wi-Fi router that your internet service provider gave to you or installed at your house, so that we can configure what we call port forwarding. Number two, you need to know how to make your own website and have it installed on a dedicated PC that will run the web server. Okay? Number four, if you want your users to be typing domain names instead of IP address, then you get a domain name, wherein it's basically around $10 in 1 year. Okay? Now, that's how you host your website. And I hope you have learned something from this video, guys. If you have any questions, just drop a comment below and I'll try to answer them as if I can. If it's your first time here, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share this to your friends. Help me make a dream of 100,000 subscribers. Goodbye and see you in my next video.